Luke, it's very good to see you. Today we are talking proactive planning for 2023 and 5 key resolutions. I don't need to tell anybody, 2022 was just a brutal year for investors. 2023 is sure to be challenging, but there are steps we can take now to set ourselves up for success. So let's talk through those resolutions. The first one that you have, something we've talked about before, rebalancing. Why is that important now?
Yeah, so rebalancing is always important, but especially when we go through different market events, especially like you mentioned in 2022, where certain asset classes are falling with maybe a little more velocity than other asset classes. So it can become a perfect time to rebalance your portfolio, make sure you're staying within the risk tolerance that you want to be staying in. And then it also sets you up for better returns in the future, buy low, sell high, all of those sorts of things that we talk about. And so it keeps you from getting too highly weighted into one sector or one asset class. And it also helps to stabilize your returns over a longer period of time.
Okay. Number two on your list, I feel like this is on almost everybody's list of financial resolutions, pay down debt and lower expenses. Why is that important?
Yeah, New Year's resolutions a lot of times have to do with physical health, but there's a financial health aspect to these resolutions as well.
Right?
And I would say this is probably the biggest one. Would be especially in the interest rate environment that we're in. We've seen some Fed rate hikes here over the past 12 months or so, and that can be a perfect time to try to get out of what I would define as bad debt, variable interest rate debt. Trying to pay down those debts to free up your future cash flow becomes even more important when we're in this type of inflation and interest rate market.
hmm That debt becomes more and more expensive. So,
Yes.
number three, keep saving for retirement. And this is significant because we've talked about it before. The new retirement contribution limits for 2023 have seen a big jump.
Yeah, we've seen an increase in the contribution limits to not only personal retirement accounts, but also the employer sponsored plans as well. And so, with those added increases, it can be a good opportunity to try to set yourself up here to start the year to try to come close to meeting those contribution limits. And so, we've seen a $500 increase from 6,000 to 6,500 on the traditional IRAs and traditional Roth IRAs. And we've seen a $2,000 increase on most employer sponsored plans.
Mhm.
So that's a nice opportunity to get some extra money tucked away into retirement accounts here in 2023.
Right. Okay, number four on our list, update your estate plan slash beneficiaries.
Yeah, and again, the new year is kind of a good opportunity to sort these things out and look through them as you start to prepare your taxes and everything else. It's a perfect time to reassess your estate plan, talk about your beneficiaries, whether that's in a trust or a will or any other sort of estate planning documents, or just simply naming the correct beneficiaries on your retirement accounts, non qualified accounts, bank accounts, and everything else. It can be a simple way to save your family a whole lot of headache in the future.
And underscore simple, so easy. It could avoid so many headaches. I think that's so important. Last on our list here, proactive tax planning. What does that mean exactly?
So we always talk about different tax planning things that you can do in a negative market, right? Or a market that's been relatively tough here for the past 12 months. And that continues here in 2023. It's a good time to do Roth conversions. The start of the year is a good time to try to get your ducks in a row of predicting what your taxable income might look like. If you're eligible to do a Roth conversion or if it makes sense to do a Roth conversion. And again, with some of these slight changes within the income brackets because of the cost of living and everything else that's moving, it might be something worth assessing because the numbers are going to look a little bit different here in 2023 than they did last year.
Mhm. That's why having that conversation earlier rather than later is very important. So, look, if somebody has questions about anything that we've covered, or if they just want a little help with accountability, which I think is always good for resolutions, what's the best way to reach you?
As always, they could reach us by phone at 937-498-1128 or go to our website, iconberryretirement.com. You can schedule an appointment there, and everybody needs an accountability buddy.
Right. It's so helpful. All right, Luke, thank you very much. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thanks, Erin.